The night the tape appeared online, the internet held its breath. No warning. No explanation. Just a shaky video file that surfaced in a quiet corner of a fan forum at exactly 2:13 a.m. The title was only 3 words long. The original tape. At first, almost no one noticed it. A few curious users clicked, expecting a fake edit or another rumor circulating in the chaotic world of celebrity gossip. But within minutes, something felt wrong. The lighting in the footage was dim and uneven, like it had been recorded in a room where only a single desk lamp was turned on. Shadows stretched across the walls. The camera angle looked accidental, almost as if the device had been placed somewhere without anyone realizing it was recording. And then a familiar voice echoed faintly through the room. Fans immediately froze. Because that voice sounded eerily similar to the calm, soft tone that millions of viewers recognized from the beloved Chinese actor and singer Yu Menglong. Within hours, the video spread across social media like wildfire. Screenshots flooded timelines. Fan groups exploded with messages. People who had followed Yu Menglong's career for years suddenly found themselves staring at something they couldn't explain. Where did this video come from? Why had no one seen it before? And most importantly, why did it feel like someone had tried very hard to keep it hidden? The footage itself was frustratingly unclear. Parts of it were distorted, and the audio faded in and out as if the recording device had been struggling to capture everything happening in the room. You could hear muffled conversations, the sound of something being moved across a table, and the occasional sharp whisper that no one could fully understand. But the atmosphere in the clip was unmistakable. Tension. Not the kind of tension you see in scripted drama scenes or reality shows. Real tension. The kind that makes your stomach tighten even when you don't know exactly why. Fans began analyzing every second of the clip. Some slowed it down frame by frame, trying to identify objects in the background. Others enhanced the audio, hoping to make sense of the faint voices echoing through the recording. And the more people studied it, the more questions surfaced. A blurred figure appeared briefly near the edge of the frame. Someone standing close to Yu Menglong, but their face was never visible. Just a shadow. The person moved slightly, their silhouette crossing the wall behind him before disappearing again. Who were they? Why did they never appear clearly on camera? And why did the room feel so strangely quiet, as if everyone inside knew they weren't supposed to be recorded? By sunrise, the mysterious clip had reached thousands of viewers. Online communities turned into detective hubs overnight. Fans compared the furniture in the room to old photos from Yu Menglong's past interviews. Others tried to match the voice patterns with archived audio clips from his dramas and live broadcasts. Every tiny detail became evidence. Every frame became a puzzle piece. But then something even stranger happened. The original upload vanished. The forum post where the video had appeared suddenly displayed a simple message: content removed. No explanation. No trace of the user who had uploaded it. Just gone. But of course, by then it was far too late. Dozens of people had already downloaded the clip. Mirrors of the video began appearing across the internet. Some were slightly edited, some slowed down, others with brightened footage attempting to reveal hidden details. And with every repost, the mystery grew deeper. Because viewers started noticing things that hadn't been obvious at first glance. In one enhanced version of the video, a faint reflection appeared in a glass cabinet behind Yu Menglong. It looked like someone holding a phone. But the angle didn't match the supposed position of the camera. Which raised a chilling possibility. Was the device recording the scene intentionally? Or had someone secretly placed it there? Another moment in the clip sent the internet into chaos. About halfway through the footage, Yu Menglong turned his head suddenly toward the direction of the camera. His expression changed. It was only for a split second. But his eyes widened slightly, as if he had just realized something. As if he had noticed the recording device. Fans replayed that moment thousands of times. What was he thinking in that instant? Did he know he was being recorded? Or was he reacting to something else happening inside the room? No one could agree. The debates became intense. Some viewers believed the footage was simply an unfinished behind-the-scenes recording from a project that had never been released. Others were convinced it captured something far more personal, an unscripted moment that was never meant for the public to see. Then another rumor surfaced. Someone claimed the clip had originally been recorded years earlier during a private rehearsal session for an unreleased project. Another source insisted the setting matched an old studio used by production teams in Beijing's famous art district. Theories spiraled. Speculation turned into full-blown investigations by fans who refused to let the mystery fade away. And then, as the online discussion intensified, something else resurfaced: memories of the shocking news that had shaken fans worldwide on September 11, 2025. The day the internet was flooded with heartbreaking headlines about the sudden passing of Yu Menglong. For many people, that day still felt unreal. Yu Menglong had built a reputation as one of the most gentle and calm personalities in the entertainment industry. His performances carried an emotional sincerity that connected deeply with audiences. From historical dramas to modern romance stories, he had earned admiration not just for his acting but for his quiet charisma. Fans often described him the same way: kind, soft-spoken, graceful. Which is why the mysterious tape triggered such powerful emotions. Because for those who had followed his journey, the video didn't just feel like another internet rumor. It felt like a fragment of something unfinished. A moment frozen in time. People began wondering whether the tape represented a hidden piece of history connected to his life and career. Something overlooked. Something forgotten. The footage itself still refused to reveal its full story. Every time viewers thought they had discovered a clue, another detail raised even more questions. Why was the camera placed at such an unusual angle? Why did the audio fade in and out so strangely? And who was the shadowy figure moving quietly in the background? Weeks passed, but the clip refused to disappear from the public conversation. It became one of those mysteries that fans couldn't stop discussing. A digital ghost. A recording that appeared out of nowhere, vanished, and yet somehow refused to be forgotten. For some viewers, the tape felt haunting. For others, it felt like a reminder of how many moments in the entertainment world remain hidden behind closed doors, moments the public never sees. But perhaps the most powerful part of the story wasn't the mystery itself. It was the emotional reaction from fans. Across social media, thousands of people began sharing memories of Yu Menglong's performances, interviews, and kind gestures toward supporters. Clips from his dramas resurfaced. Old live streams were reposted. Messages poured in from viewers around the world who remembered how his work had touched their lives. The mysterious tape had started as a puzzle. But it ended up reminding people of something much deeper. The legacy of an artist whose calm presence had left a lasting mark on millions of fans. Even now, the true origin of the footage remains unknown. No one has ever confirmed who recorded it. No one has explained why it suddenly appeared online. And no one knows what might still be hidden within the moments the camera captured that night. Some mysteries never fully reveal themselves. And maybe that's why they continue to fascinate us. But now we want to hear from you. Do you believe the mysterious tape was just an unfinished behind-the-scenes recording? Or do you think there's a deeper story behind it? Did you notice any hidden details in the footage that others might have missed? And if you were the one investigating this mystery, what would you try to uncover next? The moment the original tape surfaced online, something about it felt unfinished, almost like the beginning of a story that no one was supposed to see. People who had watched the clip once kept going back to it again and again. Not because it was clear, but because it wasn't. Every second of that footage felt like it was hiding something. The lighting in the room was strange. Dim, uneven. A weak yellow glow from a desk lamp barely lit the space, leaving the corners swallowed in shadow. Whoever recorded the tape hadn't planned it carefully. The camera angle was slightly crooked, as if the device had been placed quickly on a shelf or inside a bag. But the most chilling detail wasn't the lighting. It was the silence. Not the peaceful kind of silence. The heavy kind. The kind where people inside the room were speaking in low voices, like they didn't want the walls themselves to hear them. Fans immediately began replaying the clip frame by frame, trying to identify the environment where it was filmed. Some believed it looked like a private studio rehearsal room. Others said the furniture resembled rooms used by production teams inside Beijing's famous art district. What made the footage so fascinating was the presence of someone many viewers believed sounded like the soft, recognizable voice of Yu Menglong. But the tape itself never clearly showed a full face for long enough to confirm anything with certainty. That uncertainty became the fuel that kept the mystery alive. Online investigators began doing what the internet does best, analyzing every tiny detail. One viewer noticed a reflection in a glass cabinet behind the main figure in the video. At first it looked like nothing more than a blurred shape. But after someone enhanced the brightness and contrast, the reflection became clearer. It looked like someone standing behind the camera. Someone holding a phone. That discovery sent shockwaves through discussion forums. Because if someone was holding a phone behind the camera, that meant the recording device capturing the main footage might not have been the only camera in the room. Suddenly the situation felt different. Was this tape secretly recorded? Or was it part of something that had never been meant to leave that room? People slowed the clip down even further. A few seconds into the footage, the main figure leaned forward, resting both hands on a table. Papers were scattered across the surface, though none of the words were readable. The camera captured the faint sound of someone moving in the background. Footsteps. Soft. Careful. Then the main figure turned slightly. For a brief moment, his face almost came into full view. But just as viewers thought they might finally see clearly, the image blurred again. It was almost frustrating. The tape felt like a puzzle where the most important pieces were always just out of reach. Another strange moment came later in the recording. About halfway through the clip, there was a sound that many people missed the first time. A chair scraping lightly across the floor. The main figure immediately looked toward the direction of the noise. His expression changed. Not dramatically, but noticeably. His eyes widened slightly, and his posture stiffened as if he had suddenly realized something unexpected. Viewers debated this moment endlessly. Was he reacting to someone entering the room? Or had he just noticed the camera recording him? The tension inside that short clip was almost cinematic. But what made it even more powerful was the emotional context surrounding it. Because fans around the world still remembered the shocking news that had shaken them deeply on September 11, 2025, the day reports spread across social media claiming that Yu Menglong had passed away. Whether those reports were rumors, misunderstandings, or something more complicated, the emotional reaction from fans was immediate and overwhelming. People who had followed his career for years felt as if a piece of their memories had suddenly become fragile. Yu Menglong had always carried a calm presence on screen. In interviews he often spoke softly, choosing his words carefully, never rushing his thoughts. Many fans admired that quiet confidence. He wasn't the loudest celebrity in the room, but his performances had a way of staying with people long after the final scene ended. Which is why the mysterious tape created such a powerful reaction. For some viewers, it felt like discovering a hidden moment from the life of someone they admired. A moment frozen in time. A moment that had somehow escaped into the public world years later. As discussions grew louder online, more theories started appearing. Some people believed the footage might have been recorded during an early rehearsal for an unreleased project. Others thought it might have been part of a documentary that was never completed. There were even fans who believed the clip might have come from an abandoned film project that never reached production. But the biggest question remained unanswered. Who uploaded the tape? The account that originally shared the video vanished almost immediately after posting it. No username history. No profile information. Nothing. It was as if the person had appeared only long enough to release the clip, and then disappeared again. That mystery alone was enough to keep people talking for weeks. Because in the world of digital media, disappearing completely is much harder than people think. Yet whoever posted that video had left almost no trace. Which made the entire situation feel even more mysterious. And the more people watched the tape, the more they noticed something else, something subtle but strangely emotional. Despite the dim lighting and the confusing camera angle, the person in the video appeared calm for most of the recording. Not angry. Not afraid. Just thoughtful. almost like someone deep in conversation or reflection. That small detail changed how many viewers interpreted the clip. Instead of imagining dramatic confrontations or hidden scandals, some fans began seeing the tape differently. Maybe it wasn't about conflict at all. Maybe it was simply a private moment that was never meant to become public. A quiet conversation captured accidentally. A rehearsal. A discussion about a script. Or perhaps something even more ordinary. But sometimes ordinary moments can become extraordinary when time passes. And that's exactly what happened with this mysterious tape. Years later, people were still watching it. Still debating it. Still trying to understand what they were really seeing. Not because the video revealed a shocking truth, but because it left behind unanswered questions. And sometimes questions are far more powerful than answers. The original tape might never reveal its full story. But one thing is certain. It reminded fans around the world just how deeply people can connect with artists whose work brings emotion, comfort, and inspiration into their lives. And maybe that's why the clip refuses to disappear from conversations online. Because behind every frame of that recording is a reminder of how much curiosity, admiration, and mystery can surround a single moment captured on camera. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think was really happening in that mysterious tape? Do you believe it was part of a rehearsal or an unreleased project? Or do you think the clip captured something much deeper that we still don't understand? Did you notice any hidden details in the footage that others might have missed? And if you were the one investigating this mystery, what clue would you focus on first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your theory might be the one that finally solves the puzzle. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the internet's most mysterious celebrity tapes, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories like this. Your support helps the channel grow and keeps these investigations coming. And who knows? The next mystery we explore together might reveal something even more surprising.